Manchester United 2, Aston Villa nil. And what can I say, man? This is what winning feels like. We finally won a game of Premier League football. Our last win in the Premier League came against Leicester on the 16th of March 2025, and our last win at Old Trafford came on the 26th of February 2025 with a 3-2 win against Ipswich, and we finally won a game of Premier League football. It was well deserved, I'm not going to lie. We fully did deserve to win the game. And yeah, in terms of the lineup, it was a little bit of changes to the lineup. Obviously Garnacho wasn't involved at all because I think Ruben Amorim has told him to find him a new club in the summer because of the comments that he made after the Europa League final. So Garnacho wasn't involved in the matchday squad. In terms of the starting 11, you had Bayindir in net, Lindelof, Maguire and Heaven making up the back three, Mazraoui, Casemiro, Bruno and Dogu making up the four in midfield, then Mount and Ahmad in the inside 10 positions with Højlund up front. So in terms of the first half, I thought Manchester United started really well. It was really, really good in the first 10 minutes. We had about 4 shots, 3 on target or something like that in the first 10 minutes. We were working the goalkeeper really, really well, and he was being called into action. In the 4th minute, Martinez makes two crucial stops. First, Mazraoui's cutback from the right byline is fired towards goal by Mount, who is denied by Villa's keeper. He then reacts well to keep out Mount's close range header from a Højlund cross, but he really should be scoring that chance. And then in the 6th minute, Martinez is called on again as Mazraoui once more pops up on the right side of the box before finding Amad Diallo, who then passes inside to Bruno Fernandes. However, United skipper shoots straight at Villa's towering goalkeeper, and you know we should be winning at that point. But United again in the 12th minute we come close again when Mount stands up a cross from the left byline. Højlund narrowly fails to make contact, but the ball still breaks nicely for Amad Diallo. He reacts well, almost finding the bottom left corner, but seeing the ball sneak past the post by a matter of inches. Unfortunately, Manchester United did have to make an early substitution. Mazraoui, he pulled a muscle or something. He pulled something, and he had to go off in the 20th minute for Diego Dallo. Dallo comes on, and in the 28th minute he hits the post. After Maguire reprises his moment of magic in Bilbao, beating 2 defenders with some deft footwork on the right byline, he cuts the ball back for Dallo. The substitute then fires a low shot against the left-hand post before United somehow fail to bundle in the rebound. So unlucky, we could have scored from that at that point as well. And then a key moment in the game at the end of the first half, 45 minutes plus 1 into injury time at the end of the first half, Emiliano Martinez is sent off. Matty Cash sells Martinez short with an underhit back pass, and Højlund pounces onto the pass, racing clear. Panic into action. Villa's talismanic goalkeeper races out and crashes into the striker and sends him into the turf. And at that point, you know, the referee has to send him off there. Maybe one of the Villa defenders could have made it back, you know, made a last-ditch challenge and stopped the Højlund strike, but because Højlund's first touch did take the ball away from goal, but I don't think he would have made it back. And I think that had Højlund got past Martinez, I think that Højlund would have had a good strike on goal and probably scored. So I think it is a denial of a goal scoring opportunity, and rightfully Martinez does get sent off. And then Villa make a substitution. They bring on a goalkeeper for Marco Asensio, and that leads to United in the second half anyway having much more control of the game. In terms of the first half stats, I think it was really good half by United. Man United had 9 shots, 5 on target, dominating the possession in the first half, even when it was 11v11 with 66%. A really good half, and I'm just thinking, where was this against Spurs? You know, where was this dominance that we had? Obviously against Spurs we did dominate the ball. We had more shots than them, but we weren't creating nowhere near enough clear-cut opportunities that we did it today against Villa. Man United managed an XG of 1.12 compared to Villa's 0.06, and you know, for all of United's dominance, Villa's keeper Martinez was perhaps the central figure, as he made several stops before a moment of madness meant he saw red just before the break. Martinez is the first goalkeeper Opta has on record since 2003-04 to make 5 saves and then get sent off in the first half of a Premier League match, and his dismissal gives Aston Villa a huge mount to climb as they were chasing Champions League football. But yeah, in the second half though, Manchester United do make a couple of substitutions. You have Dalot goes off for Mainu. I'm not sure why Dalot went off. I think it was probably maybe because he got injured. I'm not sure why the reason was he went off. But in the 51st minute, played in by Amad Diallo, just outside the area. Bruno Fernandes takes aim again, this time lashing his shot only inches wide off the left-hand post. Olsen would have been well beaten. We could have scored from that point as well. In the 54th minute, United are denied by the woodwork again. Dogu passes short to Casemiro on the edge of the box, and the Brazilian deftly shoots towards the far post. The ball clips the outside off the upright, and we could have scored from that point as well. So very unlucky that we're hitting the crossbar on the woodwork multiple times this match, and nothing's coming of it, not going in. And then in the 58th minute, there's a rare chance for Villa to pose any threat, but Heaven clears away McGinn's corner kick, and then making use of the extra man, United immediately break. Højlund manages to pull away from Cash, but his low shot on the stretch is sent straight at Olsen. Then in the 60th minute, Casemiro then blazes one right over the crossbar, and that you should be doing a little bit better with that. United make a couple more substitutions in the 65th minute. Heaven and Mount do go off for Evans and Eriksen, and then Bruno has a shot which goes just wide in the 68th minute. So we're getting closer and closer, you know. We should be kind of scoring at this point. We're having plenty of chances and stuff, and it's a really good performance by United. Villa really didn't offer anything. It wouldn't have seemed from the outside looking in that Villa were the team that were actually chasing Champions League football. Manchester United looked like the better side, but of course we're all the way down in 17th or 16th, and Villa are in 5th or 6th. But, you know, it didn't look like that at all. And then Bayinde, this is a crucial moment of the game. In the 73rd minute, Bayinde fails to gather the ball on the very edge of his box, allowing Rodgers to poke it away. Rodgers then manages to turn the ball home, but the referee immediately whistles for a foul. And to be honest, it does look like as if Bayinde does fail to kind of gather the ball. But I think he had both hands on the ball. It was bobbling a little bit, but I think that Rodgers does come in and foul him, in my opinion. And because if Rodgers doesn't come in and foul him, then, you know, Bayinde manages to actually kind of gather the ball without any hesitance. And, you know, there's no kind of hesitancy in terms of Bayinde gathering the ball if Rodgers doesn't come in and foul him. I think Rodgers does foul him, but before the ball actually hits the back of the net, the referee does immediately blow. So VAR can't really do anything because the referee's whistle has gone already. And, you know, Villa are, of course, incensed by this. They think it should be a goal. But, you know, you need to play to the whistle. The whistle has already gone. And the referee has judged that Rodgers does foul Bayinde in the build-up to the goal. And, you know, Villa are going to be a little bit unlucky with that. But, you know, on the balance of play, Villa didn't really deserve anything from this game, I'll be honest. Then a couple minutes later, Amad does make it 1-0. And it's Bruno Fernandes again plays a superb ball over the top over Madsen for Amad Diallo to head home. United deservedly lead at Old Trafford, and it's a painful blow for Aston Villa. Man United do make a final substitution. Højlund does go off for Chido Obi Martin. Eriksen does get a free kick, and he goes close, almost going in with that free kick in the 82nd minute. In the 83rd minute, again teed up by chief creator Bruno Fernandes, Eriksen strikes the woodwork. He lets fly with a rising strike from 20 yards out, but the ball clips the left-hand post. And then in the 86th minute, to add insult to injury for Aston Villa, Amad Diallo wins a penalty. Madsen steps on the ankle of Amad Diallo just inside the box. That sees the referee point straight towards the penalty spot. This was a great chance for United to sign off in style. And to be honest, I think it was a penalty. It was inside the box. It's a definite penalty. It's a foul on Amad Diallo. And Amad Diallo, he started in the inside 10 position, but he moved back into the right wing back position when Diego Dallo did go off. And I think he looks more threatening in the wing back position. I'm not going to lie. Personally, like I've been mentioning in my previous videos, I would personally go out and try find an entirely new front three, because I don't think any of our forwards are good enough you know, to be playing for Manchester United. You know, we've had trouble scoring goals all season in the Premier League. Of course, it's been a better in the Europa League, but Premier League is bread and butter, and we've kind of failed to capitalize. We've failed to score goals in the Premier League, and I would go out and buy an entirely new front three. Someone like Cunha, Cherkchi, and possibly Liam Delap or something like that. Basically an entirely new front three. Play Ahmad in a more withdrawn role at wing back. I think he's better at wing back than he is in the inside 10 position, because not only I think Ahmad is a little bit better in the number 10, but I think in terms of the whole team, it's better if Ahmad plays in the right wing back position, because we really don't have players that are specialised in playing this position. Mazraoui, he is a little bit poor going forward, even though he is a really brilliant footballer, I'm not gonna lie. But sometimes I think going forward he can be a little bit lacking. Same with Diego Dallo, he lacks quality in the final third, and I think Amad Diallo really does bring the best qualities, or it brings the best out of United when he is playing in that right wing back position. So Amad wins the penalty, and stepping up on the spot under instructions from Ruben Amorim, Christian Eriksen powers his penalty straight down the middle. Olsen dives away from the ball, and United have a 2-0 lead now, and it's a good way for Eriksen to conclude his Manchester United career. He will be leaving the club in the summer, so most likely he will be leaving the club anyway. Really good penalty by, obviously, really good for Ahmad to win it, and of course Eriksen dispatches it with ease. So in terms of the player ratings, we'll get into them now, and then we'll have a look at the league table, and then see, because United have actually gone up a couple positions. Who would have thought? But yeah, so in terms of player ratings, we'll get into them now. Bayinde, he had to make one save, which was in the 90th minute, and that was about it really. He wasn't really troubled. 29 touches, 2 throws, 1 punch. He was decent, not really troubled. He's got a 7.7 here from FootMob. Lindelof was also not troubled either. 60 out of 63, 95% pass accuracy. Jules is 2 out of 3, which is decent, not really troubled whatsoever. The United defence overall wasn't really troubled. Maguire, 54 out of 59 accurate passes. Accurate long balls, 3 out of 4. He was really decent with his accurate long balls. Tackles 1 out of 5. 5 clearances, 5 headed clearances, and 8 defensive actions. 7 out of 9. Jules 1 for Harry Maguire this match, so that was a decent performance by him. Heaven, I thought he played well as well. He was decent on the ball. 43 out of 47 accurate passes, 91%. And in this system, of course, United's back three are going to be having quite a lot of the ball. 3 out of 5. Jules 1. Mazraoui, he had to go off 20 minutes because he picked up an injury, but 8 out of 9 accurate passes, 16 touches, 2 in the opposition box, 1 accurate long ball, 3 out of 3 tackles, 1. 4 defensive actions, 3 out of 3 of his Jules 1 as well. Bruno Fernandes does come away with man of the match. He completed the most passes of the match with 78 as well. 78 out of 85. He had a total of 5 shots as well, so 4 of them outside the box, so not really kind of troubling the keeper too much. He won the most tackles of the match as well with 4. So touches 109, which is quite a lot, I think. 6 touches in the opposition box, 4 out of 4 accurate long balls, tackles 4 out of 5, which means he's getting stuck in and involved as well. 7 out of 15 Jules 1. Maybe he needs to be doing better with his Jules, but yeah, good performance by Bruno Fernandes as well. And then Casemiro, 90 minutes again, he had a decent performance. 74 out of 90 accurate passes. In terms of his 2 out of 4 shots on target, 13 passes into the final third, 5 touches in the opposition box, 8 out of 10 accurate long balls as well, so he's been decent with his distribution there. 2 out of 3 tackles 1 as well. 8 out of 14 Jules 1, which is decent. Really good performance by Casemiro, has to be said. Dogu, I think he does lack a little bit of quality going forward, I'm not going to lie. 58 out of 64 accurate passes, 91%. And then Jules is 4 out of 8 as well. But apart from that, the back 5 weren't really troubled too much. Aston Villa did have a couple of opportunities on the break, but the United defence recovered well. Amad Diallo, I think he's a little bit unfortunate not to be coming away with man of the match here on FootMob, because he did grab a goal and he did win the penalty as well. So, a little bit unfortunate not to be coming away with man of the match, but I think for next season, if he can nail down that right wing back position, I think we're in kind of good stead going forward, because I think he offers a lot in that right wing back position, something that in the squad someone like Mazraoui and Diego Dallo don't quite offer, in my opinion. So yeah, his best position probably is number 10, but when he plays in the number 10, it becomes detrimental to the whole team, because we don't have a specialised right wing back, and Mazraoui and Diego Dallo, like I mentioned, aren't really too good going forward. But yeah, 47 out of 51 accurate passes. Jules, he's won 2 out of 5. And yeah, like I said, he won the penalty and he got the goal as well. So a little bit unfortunate not to be coming away with man of the match. For me, he probably is man of the match. He probably just beats Bruno, in my opinion. But yeah, Mason Mount, I thought he was poor. He didn't really offer anything. I wasn't really getting involved. I mean, he had 4 shots, I suppose. He had 2 shots here in the 4th minute, which were both saved. Double save by Martinez, and then he has a shot in the 11th minute and 34th. But I thought he was a little bit poor. He could be doing a little bit better. I think the jury's still out on him, and he's been here 2 seasons and he's not really kind of produced, in my opinion. The fee that we paid for him when he had 1 year left on his Chelsea contract, he's not really doing it for me. 3 out of 4 shots on target, and then 1 out of 5 Jules won. Højlund, I don't know what to say about him, man. I've not been impressed by him whatsoever. I think we need to be going out and getting a out-and-out number 9, a proper number 9 that can score goals. I've been disappointed with Højlund this season. I thought that Ruben Amorim could come and get the best out of him, but it's not been the same. It hasn't gone down. What am I trying to say here? It hasn't worked out for him this season, in my opinion. Only 6 out of 10 accurate passes. Jules, he's won 4 out of 9, and yeah, average really, not really offering too much. Little bit of a disappointing performance. Chances created 2, touches in the opposition box 7. So he is coming away with a couple of touches in the opposition box, but he's only got this 1 shot in the 58th minute. So that's poor, in my opinion. In terms of the substitutes, so Diego Dallo, he only lasted 25 minutes. He went off most probably with injury. Accurate passes 10 out of 11, 91%. And then Jules, he's won 1 out of 1. And then Kobe Mainu, he lasted 45, 94% accurate passes. Didn't really get involved in the game. Not really getting involved in the game. I don't know where he fits into this system. I think his best position is probably in the double pivot, but you've got Bruno and Casemiro there, and he's probably going to have more opportunity next season as well, because Eriksen's leaving, and then he'll have more opportunities next season. Johnny Evans, this was most likely his last game for United as well, along with Eriksen. Tidy performance when he came on. Can't really complain. 7 out of 19 accurate passes. Jules won 2 out of 3. Could have also got a goal here in the 90th minute, which was saved by the keeper, which was going in. Eriksen, of course, this is going to be his last kind of season with us as well. Did brilliantly dispatch his penalty as well. 10 out of 13 accurate passes. And then Jules, he didn't win his duel, unfortunately, that he was involved in. And then Tudor Obi Martin has this 1 shot in the 90th minute, which was a miss. And Jules, he's won 1 out of 1 as well. So yeah, that's it. End of the season. Thank Allah that it's over, because I'll be honest with you, it was not a good season whatsoever. We'll have a look at the Premier League table before we head off. Manchester United have climbed to 15th position, so we're not finishing 17th. Tottenham, on the other hand, lost after winning the Europa League final against us. They lost 4-1 to Brighton. I'm not sure the team that they fielded, but they lost 4-1. Wolves drew to Brentford 1-1, and then we have a better goal difference than Wolves, and we've got more points than Tottenham. So we've got to the 40-point mark. We're on 42 points, finishing the season with 42 points in 15th position. And yeah, and what can be said? It's been an absolute car crash of a season. Thank Allah that it's actually over, and we can get some respite from watching United, because it's been a tough all season. It's been tough watching United week in, week out. But in terms of next season, we really need to pulling a blinder in the summer transfer window if we are to get anything next season. But yeah, anyway, that's it from me. Obviously happy with the win, of course, but it's been a car crash of a season, so not really too many things to be happy about. Of course, happy with the win today. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.